Hey up and welcome back to another day in the heart of the Yorkshire Dales, on a day which was promised by the BBC weather forecast to be wall-to-wall sunshine. Suffice to say, it's been chucking it down. No more to be said. Anyway, today what I'm going to do is take you on a little ride with Norman, my Royal Enfield Classic 350 here, and we're going to do what I will call the Masham Loop. The Masham Loop. So we're going to go from here, a little village called Greenhow, down into Pateley Bridge, and then we're going to go from Pateley Bridge via Kirby Malzard to Masham, and then from Masham back over the tops, down into Loft House, and back along the banks of Gouthwaite Reservoir back to Pateley Bridge. So join me for the journey, and on the way we'll have a look at what my 1950s Yorkshire Dale guidebook here has got to say about one or two of the places en route. So stick around. Right, so here we are then, Pateley Bridge, and we're going to go up to the top of the high street here, take the left fork up Old Church Lane, which is just coming up here. Stay look. I know it says Hamilton Terrace there, but that's just those houses. This is Old Church Lane. And this here road will take us over the moors and via a little village called Kirby Malzard, and a little village called Gruelthorpe, home to the Himalayan Gardens. Gruelthorpe, you might want to give that a Google and see if that's something you might fancy looking at. Quite spectacular. And then into Masham, and we'll stop in Masham. And then from Masham, basically what we're going to do is we're going to go over the tops. So we're going to go through a couple of little villages called Fearby and Healy, then to Leighton Reservoir, from Leighton Reservoir over the tops, down into Loft House, a little village called Loft House, and we'll hang a left at Loft House and follow the road along the banks of Gouthwaite Reservoir back into Pateley Bridge. How's about that then? A cracking little loop. So come along for the ride, and you want to try it yourself? Very straightforward. Get yourself to Pateley Bridge and just follow the route that I'll be following today. And we'll have a bit of idle chit-chat on the way. So I have here this Ward, Lock and Company 1950s Yorkshire Dale guide. Always very interested in these. Place hasn't changed significantly since this was written, I would suggest, but the written language, the syntax, very interested indeed. This is what it says about Masham. Masham, 10 miles northwest of Ripon, can be reached by bus from Harrogate and Ripon. Independent travellers have a choice of road. On the whole, that via Gruelthorpe is prettier than the slightly more direct way by Tanfield, and we'll be going via Gruelthorpe. Masham is a pleasant little town. Many visitors hurry through and lose by doing so. They should cross the surprisingly large marketplace, yep, which is even larger than that of Ripon and has a venerable cross in the centre, and with its graceful tower. The church with its Norman base rises to a symmetrical octagonal spire. Aye, the picture above the chancel arch is said to be part of Reynolds' Nativity, which was burnt at Belvoir Castle in 1816. There are monuments of the Harcourts and Danbys, which will repay examination, and a fine one of Marmaduke Wyville, 1617. Kirby Malzard. So we hang a left here. So this is Grulthorpe. Just watch this bend, folks, if you come this way, because I'm sure a few folk have ended down there hey, on somebody's lawn. Very easy to misread that if you're at a lick. Here we are, Masham. There we go, Masham Marketplace. The old church there that was referred to in that book. So here we have the church referred to in that there 1950s book. The Parish Church of St Mary's the Virgin, Masham. And an impressive spire indeed. Yeah, very impressive. See you later. Take care. Okay, so that was Masham. And what we do is we turn a right out of the marketplace by the phone box, and we come along this here road and we take this here left fork, and we go left here. And if you need fuel, there's that there place. And it only does E5, so good place to top up. Co-op's there if you need a bite to eat or out. And there's a couple of cafes by the market square. So we hang a left here to Leighton Reservoir, and I'm going to look out for the Leeds Pals Monument. The Leeds Pals Monument, just after Fearby. So yeah, the Leeds Pals Monument, I haven't done much research into that, but something to do with the First World War, I think. So hopefully we'll be able to see what that's all about. There we go, Leeds Pals Memorial. Half a mile up here. This must be it. So, let's take a look. Breary Banks, Colsterdale Camp. Making soldiers of the Pals. You are standing in what once was Breary Banks village. During the First World War, this reservoir workers' village became known as Colsterdale Camp. It was used as a training camp for the Leeds Pals Battalion and later as a prisoner of war camp. Who were the Leeds Pals? The ranks of the 15th West Yorkshire Regiment, the Leeds Pals, are open to men of good character and physique. The Leeds Pals were the 15th Battalion of the West Yorkshire Regiment, the Prince of Wales' own. The volunteers were mainly businessmen and their sons from Leeds. Some were local celebrity sportsmen, including county cricketers. Recruits were encouraged to join up to serve King, Country and Empire at the start of the First World War. Recruits should have been men aged 19 to 35, but some were much younger. Yeah, as was often the case in the Great War. And if you want to come up here, well, you can see which way I've come up here. A very interesting place to stop off and just take in a bit of history. The Breary Banks Navy Camp. Yeah, we've just come this way, haven't we? And through Healy. And we will be going up here and past Leighton Reservoir. That's the way we'll be going back to Loft House. But yeah, we're here. So we've come from Masham, through Fearby, then Healy, and then just over the bridge, over the River Burn, we took that right turn, which is signposted, and brings us here. I always find these things very, very poignant. Of course, 1914 to 1918. The war to end all wars. Not. This cairn was erected by the survivors, relatives and friends of the 15th Battalion West Yorkshire Regiment, brackets Leeds Pals, to mark the site of the first camp, September 1914, and is dedicated to all who served in the battalion. Unveiled September 28th, 1935. In memory of George P. Townend, Leeds Pals fell at the Somme, 1st July 1916. Not forgotten. Margaret. This cross is in memory of the 15th Battalion, West Yorkshire Regiment, Leeds Pals, remembered by Leeds Somme Association, and the 36th Ulster Division Memorial Association. These things always send an absolute shiver down my spine. The sacrifices that were made for a war which largely didn't have a cause. And all those people that gave their lives. And as history tells us, needn't have. Wow. I'm always reminded when it comes to war memorials of a poem by Wilfred Owen, Dulce et decorum est pro patria mori. It is sweet and right to die for your country.
Bent double like old beggars under sacks, knock-kneed coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep, many had lost their boots, but limped on bloodshot, all went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of tired outstripped 5-9s that dropped behind. Gas, gas, quick boys, an ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time, but someone still was yelling out and stumbling, and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misted panes and thick green light as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams, before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you too could pace behind the wagon that we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his hanging face like a devil sick of sin. If you could hear at every jolt the blood come gurgling from the froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cud, of vile incurable sores on innocent tongues, my friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie, dulce et decorum est pro patria mori.
How spectacular is that then? Now, shout out to Ainsworth rider James, who was out the other day up here with Silver Fox Travels Nick, and on the thumbnail for the video that James did up here, he said Masham mower, otherwise known as the Bingley Wheeler mower. Hey! Thank you for that, gents. Not had a mower named after me before, but if I'm gonna have one, it might as well be this one here, because it's stunning. It is one of my favourites, this, so yeah. Something of an old friend, this route. But if you come up here and ride it in either direction, you'll see why. I mean, just look where the road goes, over there and right over the top. Just be careful of the sheep if you come up here. And what a view as you crest this hill here. Just look at that. There you go, over there you can see Gouthwaite Reservoir. That's where we're going. There we go. Nestling in the Nid Valley there, Gouthwaite Reservoir. And all of this that you can see here, this panorama from left to right, is the Nid Valley, Nidderdale. Here we are in the village of Lofthouse. And this road will be closed for 12 days from the 12th of August. So make a mental note of that if I were you. Crown pub here. And it's a left now towards, or back towards rather, Pateley Bridge. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed that little circuit. Basically from Pateley Bridge via Bishop's Moor, Kirby Malzard, Grulthorpe to Masham, and then from Masham to Fearby and Healy. Short detour to the Leeds Pals Memorial, then on to Leighton Reservoir, up over the Bingley Wheeler Moor, up over the tops there, and back down into the valley here, and just follow this road now all the way back into Pateley Bridge. So thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, please can I implore you to subscribe to the channel and to like and to share this video. All I ask by way of return to the effort I put into making these is that if you like what you see, that you subscribe. Everything else is absolutely free, and subscribing is absolutely free. Absolutely free forevermore to subscribe to this channel. So I'd be very, very grateful if you would do that, please. Also check your subscription from time to time in case it's dropped out. It does happen. Yeah, so that will be that then. If you're riding, please ride safe, and until the next time, and in the meantime, ride safe, be kind, and I'll see thee.